Hey there, this is Wendy with Love and Stampin'. Just doing a different kind of video today. I thought I would share some of what's going on in our life. I do these kinds of videos every once in a while. I'm not just a card making YouTube channel. I mean, mostly I am, but every once in a while I do other stuff unrelated. And this is one of those videos, although there will kind of be some card making in here. So if you're not into that, that's okay. We love you anyway. You don't have to watch. I get it. But yesterday was a rough day for me. We live at the base of where the Caldor fire has taken off. And I'm going to show you what it looks like where I live. And you can probably see in the background a little bit right there. There are evacuation centers set up in our town, and I got up this morning and, well, first of all, my day was going so icky yesterday, and I didn't do my exercise and I didn't do my physical therapy. And by the way, if you don't follow me on social media, on Instagram specifically, please do, because I share a lot about like my life and different things going on there. And I really, really, really want to make it to 10,000 followers. So if you could do me a big favor and go to Instagram, there's a link below the video, and follow me on Instagram, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, shameless plug for Instagram followers. So yesterday I was super down. I cried 2 or 3 times throughout the day. Between COVID stuff that's happening, I have a family member with COVID. She's totally fine, but has had some residual stuff from it, and she's struggling, and it's really hard to watch. And she's going to be totally fine, just so you know. But her and both her kids have had it. And then the fire has been very scary. And then the stuff in Afghanistan. And sometimes things just feel hopeless. I was sharing with my mother-in-law yesterday that that's how I was feeling. I was just feeling hopeless. Like, can we just catch a break between all the different things that are happening? And that's not even normal world issue stuff, right? That's just like the big things that are happening right now. And the Caldor fire isn't the only thing. There's the Dixie fire, which is at over 600,000 acres now. So most of you have gathered by this point. Obviously, I live in California, if you don't already know that. Anyway, so my heart was super heavy, and I didn't do my normal routine in the morning. I didn't get up and exercise and do physical therapy and stuff like that. So by like 6:30 last night, I just had so much like pent up emotion, I guess is the best way to put it. So I thought, you know what? I was already in my pajamas, and I was like, just get on the bike, get on the Peloton. So I did. I got on, and there was this instructor. I'm still learning new instructors, because my very favorite one is Dennis Morton. But that's mostly because I haven't tried a lot of other ones. So Cody Rigsby, it was on there, and it was a Disney like music hits ride. It was only 20 minutes. That's all I do. And, it uplifted me so much. And I was reminded that when we are in a position where we don't feel good, like mentally, that we do have control over that. And before I get any like negative backlash comments about what I'm about to say, I want to say I recognize fully that there are people with severe mental health struggles, and I appreciate that and understand that. And in no way am I saying that anybody can pull themselves up by their bootstraps. I don't mean it that way. But in my case, for me, my mood is often determined by what I allow my mood to be. So if, I feel down in the dumps and I allow myself to wallow in that, then it gets worse. But if I do something to change my physiology, change my circumstance, then oftentimes it pulls me out and I feel better. So for example, I changed my physiology last night by exercising. When you exercise, it releases endorphins and serotonin and all these good hormones and chemicals in your brain that make you feel better. And by the end of the ride, I felt fantastic. So I'm just sharing that to say to you that, like, was I still worried? Did I still feel kind of sad? Yes, but I wasn't in the same headspace that I was prior to exercising. And then I did my physical therapy, which always makes my back feel better. So that was awesome. And I got up this morning and I decided, and I didn't have a great night's sleep because I am concerned with the fire. We are totally safe. Like, it's nowhere near like getting to our house, but it is only about 20 miles from us. 25, maybe 30. The way the crow flies, I don't know, however you say all that. So we are feeling the effects, and our local fairgrounds is now an evacuation center. And it does make your heart heavy. It does. There's no way around that unless you're not human. I mean, like, if you're a human being, it's going to affect you emotionally. So anyway, when I got up this morning, I slept in a little later than normal. I chose to not exercise this morning because I exercised so late yesterday. But instead, I was like, I need to go get dog food. So I've done that. I got chicken food. And then I decided today I was going to do a few things kind for other people. Because anytime I do something kind for other people, it makes me feel good. So if you're in the dumps and you're not feeling it and you're like, life sucks or whatever, try to do something nice for somebody else and see how it makes you feel. Because for me, this has been a go-to mental health improvement my entire life. If I focus on others rather than myself, it usually helps an enormous amount. So anyway, with that being said, one of the things that I'm doing is I'm going to drop off mason jars to a friend who taught me how to can and pickle peppers this summer. And not only did they let us pick their peppers to pickle, I think I'm funny. They also let us pick their peppers to pickle. They taught us how to do it and they let us pick them. And so we have like 12 jars of pickled peppers that are amazing, and my husband takes for work every single day, so for lunch. So super grateful to them for letting us do that. And I have a card that I made a long time ago, and I will link I'll try to remember to link the video of the card below. But I've been hanging on to this card for a long time because I loved it so much. And the person I'm giving it to loves succulents. So this is like the perfect card to give her. So I'll show it to you when I drop it off. But they're not home, they're at work. And I'm gonna leave it on their front step with mason jars and fresh lids because it was funny. The guy our friend, he doesn't like to reuse canning lids. Like, he wants a fresh new lid. So I thought it would be kind of funny to and we kind of poked fun at him for it with these particular pickled peppers. And so I thought we'll do a box of jars and a box of lids in addition. So anyway, but for right now, I thought I would show you what it looks like where I live, because it's disheartening. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's pretty sad. The smoke is super thick. And I mean, normally over there you would see mountains. Like, there's a mountain range right there. And yeah, it's thick, thick, thick smoke, and it stinks. The smell is really bad, and there's light ash on our vehicles, which I suspect will get worse. Lots of helicopters and stuff flying overhead, planes trying to put the fire out. So yeah, it's not fabulous. Lots of horse trailers we've been seeing going in and out. So yeah, it's a little rough, and I'll show you a little bit more footage as I go through town. So this is one of the evacuation centers. This is like not even a half mile from my house, maybe a quarter mile. Yeah, this is hard for me. Like, it's hard for me to hold back tears. All of these people are praying their homes don't get burned down. So it's very scary. And there's more people inside. This is just where they're allowed to like park their trailers and vehicles and stuff like that. And then if you go back, there's a gate back there, and you go back through that gate, that's all full. There are there are large animals being kept here. There are small animals now being kept here as of last night, that have been evacuated. And during the Butte fire, I came over here and worked. So I'm hoping that if they need help, I will be able to come back and help. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. So this is like the large animal evacuation entrance. And yeah. Okay, this is the card I'm leaving. There's some guy here working, so I'm not gonna film like I had planned up at their door. But I'm leaving them this card with a note on the back and mason jars. Okay, my second stop is to drop off this cute little portfolio thing for one of my team members, Katina. She lives near me, and I gave this to all of my leaders. So, because we're doing a Stampin' Up event next weekend. So it's like a little portfolio. It has a notebook inside and then a keychain. So I'm gonna drop this off, and that'll also make me feel good. One more act of kindness. Okay, my kindness does not just start and end with human beings. This video is really turning into me tooting my own horn, isn't it? I'm really not trying to, but anyways, I'm giving my puppies, I bought them each one of these antlers. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but we prefer these over bones because they're made in the USA, and they are like really sturdy, good. And the rawhide stuff that you can get for dogs can be really toxic to them, and often has plastic in it. So really, when you're giving your dog anything to chew on, you want to pay attention to what you're giving them. So anyway, I just peeled the sticker off this one. So let's see if we can get a taker. Hi guys, look what I got. You want that? Oh boy. Oh yeah, so she's gonna chew on that and investigate it. And little Tiny here is probably gonna get yelled at. Yep. Oh. She says, I want that. I want it. I want it. Oh my gosh. So cute. Skeeter, do you want one? Come here. Skeeter, come here. Come on. Let's get you one. Come on. Let's see. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. Oh, look at this. Trudy came in here and is... Get off the counter. That's nasty. Get down. Okay. I gotta put you down. Okay, got it off. So, there you go. So, Skeeter stole the big bone. Trudy's got the small bone, and I'd already given Buddy one And I have another one in my purse to give to Miss Molly. Miss Molly, hi. She's our crazy dog. She has issues. Yes, I see you. They make me so happy. They bring me joy. Okay, so that is my little good deed for my doggies today. Huh, lady? Yeah. Okay, so it's the afternoon and I picked kids up from school. I brought 2 more home than I gave birth to, and they're playing and hanging out. Well, they don't play. They're 13. They talk a lot. And then I think they're gonna swim. But I am going to do, I worked earlier today writing tutorials, which I didn't film because I didn't think you would find that interesting at all. And now I am going to bake some bread. So I thought I would bring you along and show you how I make this bread. It's a rustic bread, and everybody I made it for absolutely loves it. And I'm making a loaf for my family member who's recovering from COVID. And so I'm gonna do that, and I made her a card, so I'll drop that off later at her door, by the way. I'm not gonna go in the house. And then I've got crazy dogs. This goes on for hours a day, them playing and being crazy. So yeah, so they'll be doing that while I am baking the bread, and making the bread, and I'm just gonna speed up the video, and then I'll make sure to put the recipe below. It's like super easy to do, and I love it. It's so good. Okay, so this is my second attempt. I put my yeast and sugar in here and then added water, and see how it's like bubbling on top? Hopefully you can see that. It didn't do that the first time. So the rule is with yeast, if it doesn't bubble and make this like reaction, then you have to start over. So it could be that my water wasn't warm enough, so it didn't dissolve the yeast and the sugar. Or it could be that I had bad yeast, because I have these packets, which are fairly new, but I also have this, which expires soon. So I tried this first and it didn't give me that response. And then I did this and it worked. So I'm not sure. I don't know if it's this or if it was the water. So I'll try just a little batch of this in a bowl to just see. Because if it's this, I can just throw it away, because it's no good if it doesn't do its reaction thing. All right, we're gonna finish making this stuff. Okay, so now there's the dough. I covered it loosely with cling wrap. Okay. I covered it loosely with cling wrap and then covered it with a towel, and I put a timer for an hour. So it's just got to rise for an hour. I added a little more than 6 cups of flour. This is the recipe. It calls for 6 cups of flour, but you just kind of have to learn to gauge the dough. If it's too wet, you want to add a little more, but it is a sticky, gooey dough, so it's okay if it's a little sticky. So I ended up with a little more than 6 cups of flour, and this is from shelfcooking.com. So I will link to this below the video and to the recipe, but seriously, it's so simple. So once this rises, I'll preheat my oven to 450. I'll actually do a flipped over cookie sheet, because this makes 2 loaves. So you get 2 loaves out of 1 recipe. So I'll do that, and then you fill a baking dish with a little bit of water and put it at the very bottom underneath. You let your pan get hot in the oven as it's heating up. And then I pull my pan out of the oven and I put a little flour on it. I prep my dough, which you'll see me do, put it on the thing, put it in the oven, and it's done. So I just want to show you guys really quick. This is my counter space. I don't have a lot, and this is the other side, as you can see, teeny tiny. This kitchen is really old. This house was built in 1973, and we are going to be renovating the kitchen and the dining room area and this area over here. So right now we deal with the small space, and it's okay. I'm blessed. I'm not complaining, but it is tight. As you can see, like, I can't even fit my mixer under here at all. Even when it's like, there's no way I can't fit it under there. So it can be tough when I mass cook and stuff like that, or if I have company, it can be difficult. And then, I want to show you a sneak peek of the remodel. So it's not completely finished. There's just one thing left to be done, but, I have before and after videos, which I'm going to show. There used to be a door here. So once it's totally finished with all of our decorations and all the pieces in, I'm doing a before and after video. But for now, I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek. So this is the front, bathroom, all finished. It's beautiful. As you can see, there's nothing on the walls yet. Like I said, videos to come on all of that. Hey friends, so it's the next morning. It's 7:30. This is what it looks like outside. Let's see, let me show you out this way. It is extremely smoky, and it smells so bad. So we probably won't be doing much today, just staying in because the air quality is so horrible. And I baked those 2 loaves of bread. This is what's left of one of them, and the other one I gave to my family member. So yeah, we watched Jungle Cruise last night, and now I'm getting ready. I just finished exercising. I'm getting ready to take a shower, and we'll see what shenanigans we get into today. Hey guys, so it's Friday afternoon, and I got some work done earlier today, finishing up writing tutorials, working on videos. I had a meeting with my web developer because we're working on a project for my website that is going to be amazing and that hopefully many of you are going to love. I'm not going to tell any more about it right now, but it's coming soon. And by soon in the web world, I mean like probably 2 months. So, anyway, that's happening. Right now I am at a massage therapy appointment, which I know sounds fabulous and luxurious. It is not. It's part of the program I've put together with my friend Erin, who is, by the way, incredible. She's a nutritionist and a personal trainer and all the things. And her and I, together, we've worked out a program for my recovery for my back, and it's going really well. So that is exciting. So I have a massage therapy appointment today. I long for the day that I can have a massage and it's just like this very nice, makes you feel good experience. Honestly, when I get them, it's painful, and she's working and trying to break up fascia that is stuck around all the hardware in my back, and it's a little rough. Anyway, after that, I'm gonna go visit my mom, who I haven't seen in a month because she's been visiting family out of state. And then I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get back to work. And I'm hoping to end this video with a card for you. I thought we could make a card together at the end, and that would be a nice way to end this video. But I just thought I'd take you along for a couple days to see what's going on in our world. Update today on the fire, the Caldor fire, is that it's over 70,000 acres now. The wind shifted back the other way away from us again this afternoon, which is good for us, bad for other people. That's the way this works. And we got a red alert saying that there were going to be strong winds or gusts of strong winds later today. So I don't know. And it's so weird because what happens is the weather people even start having a hard time predicting the weather, because when a fire gets big enough and hot enough, it starts creating its own weather pattern. So, I mean, it can even create tornadoes inside the fire. So my husband actually saw that happen in Redding, California, where whole towers had been ripped down. He worked that fire after it was over to repair electricity. So we're in the thick of it. I feel hopeless right now as far as helpless. I feel helpless because there's people I would really love to be helping. I thought about baking some pies and taking them over to the evacuation center and just seeing if anyone wanted them. But I don't know if that's appropriate. I don't know if I'll even be allowed to do that. So I kind of just don't know what to do. So I have a headache. Every day in the afternoon, I start getting a headache, and that's from the smoke. And I start getting congested, and that's from the smoke. It goes away overnight when I haven't been out. But during the day, it just progressively gets worse. Like my throat gets agitated, my eyes are agitated. Yeah, and my daughter's the same way. My husband has a cough because he worked in it until 2:30 in the morning this morning in the smoke. So he's been coughing all day. And it's tough because, like, I know people's first reaction is like, oh, you might have COVID. No, we don't have COVID because we're fine. It's just simply all the smoke. So anyway, hopefully the next part of this video will be us making a card together. Okay, guys, it's Saturday morning. I was determined to make a card with a color combination for you today. So if you've watched to this point, God love you. I'm going to make sure that it is put in the comments below and talked about at some point, that you can fast forward through the beginning of the video to this part if you don't really care about all the other things. So anyway, we're going to use Joyful Life, this little sweet piggy. We're going to use Frightfully Cute and the Scalloped Contour dies. And I'm going to explain where I got the inspiration for this card as we go through. So I'm using Gorgeous Grape as my card base. So your color combination for this for this week is Gorgeous Grape, Flirty Flamingo. Where is it at? It's Pumpkin Pie. There it is. Pumpkin Pie. So Gorgeous Grape, Flirty Flamingo, Pumpkin Pie, Black, and White. Okay? So here we go. Let's see. So on this card base, I have this one corner that's a little damaged. So I'm going to make sure that that's in the back, but I'm still going to use it because I don't want to throw it out. It's not damaged so badly that it can't be used. When you have a dark card base, it's always good to add a white layer inside so that you have a place to write or stamp or whatever. So that's our card base. I'm going to set it aside. I've got a piece of 3 by 3 3/4 by 5-inch cardstock. And I have these cute little bats right here. Actually, I think it goes this way. Wait, how does this paper go? No, it goes this way. Yeah. And I wasn't sure. Because some of the bats are hanging upside down and some of the bats are right side up. So, you know, had to look at it there a couple times. So this piece is cut at 1.5 by 5, and we're just going to layer it off to the left side here, leaving a little bitty gap over on this left side. And then I've got this gorgeous black gingham ribbon that we're going to add to the card, or the layer, I should say. And we'll wrap that. And then I'm going to cut it away. And now we can add this whole piece to the front of the card. And then we're going to add a little bow here in just a second. Well, not a bow, an overhand knot, I guess is what you would call it. Okay, so let's center this guy up. And voila, we've added him to the card. So my goal is actually to get this project done, get this video all the way edited and produced for you guys before the blog post. So most of the time when I'm doing a video on YouTube, I have a blog post that accompanies it so that you can see the measurements and the supplies and all of that right away. It's not going to work like that today. I'm going to do my best, but it's going to be a little behind. The blog post will be a little behind. So I thought, you know, let me get the video up and then I'll get the blog post up. So we're going to stamp this little piggy do pretty far down on the shape. That worked perfect. And then we're going to use Gorgeous Grape ink to stamp our sentiment. Now, I have to explain my inspiration for this card, and I'm going to show you at the end, but I do swap cards. You guys have heard me talk about swap cards. Let's color this pig. You guys have heard me talk about swap cards a lot, and I actually still have 2 videos to do for you showing you all of the swap cards I have received over the last couple months. But anyways, this card is inspired by one of the swap cards that my sweet friend Sandy Carlson did. I just love Sandy. She's always been one of those people that is so kind, so sweet. Because like with anything, there's always your folks that aren't as friendly. I don't know what it is. Like, people think they're special and they don't want to be nice to you. Trust me, we've got that everywhere. Everything everywhere has that. It exists with some of the people in Stampin' Up too. And I hate to even say that, but it's the truth. And you know me, I'm always about just saying it like it is. Anyway, Sandy was always super sweet to me when I first started Stampin' Up and was kind of like gaining momentum with my business, I guess you could say. Like, I was growing with my business, and she was always just so like encouraging and sweet and kind. And whenever I see her and her beautiful daughter at events, they make me so happy, and I always like to give them hugs and stuff like that. So anyway, her card inspired this card, and you are going to see why in just a second because it's so cute. But I decided to do a Halloween theme where hers is more like a Christmas feel. Okay, I remember I told you this card uses Gorgeous Grape. Well, I'm using Highland Heather here because we don't have a Gorgeous Grape Stampin' Blends. Looking at you, Stampin' Up, why do we not have Stampin' Blends for every single color? I don't know. Please, please make us one for every color. If anybody from Stampin' Up were to happen to watch this video. I wish we could just buy a whole collection of Stampin' Blends, like in the in the color families. Okay. Anyway, I thought it would be cute to have this little piggy being like, which way to the candy? Because he just looks like he's ready for a Reese's Pieces. And so that's how I colored him. Now, I don't really know what this thing is in the middle that he's holding. Oh, I think, guys, it's coffee. It's a cup of coffee. Ha ha. Who knew? So I'm just going to take a gray marker and gray this in a little bit on the sides. Good enough. Okay, so then we'll layer him. This piece is cut at 2 by, it's a weird size, 3 5/16, because it needs to fit into this scallop contour. So I'm going to use regular adhesive for this so it lays flat. Come on, you stinker. And then dimensionals for this one. Stampin' dimensionals. So I don't know if you guys know this, but in my VIP group, I have a Facebook group that's a VIP group, and it's for people who place orders with me in the last 3 months. So if you've placed an order with me in the last 3 months, you get to stay in the VIP group. And I have a color splash challenge there that if you participate, you can win free stuff. And I plan, beginning in October, to do more fun things in that group. So if you don't already order with me and you need any supplies, place an order, and then you get access to that VIP group, and you will not be sorry, because it's about to have some changes made in October. So y'all just hold on to your pants. Okay. All right, here we go. And then look at this. Oh my God, it's so cute. So stinking cute. Look at that. Okay, ready to see the inspiration? This is the inspiration card that inspired this super cute little one. Look at. So Miss Sandy made this one, and she has a little stamp inside. So cute. And I made this one, and I haven't stamped anything inside yet. Which way to the candy? I guess we could do Happy Halloween to you. That would be cute. I could send this to my nieces in Montana. I always try to send them little goodies for birthdays or birthdays and like events. Halloween's not really a holiday, but you know, things like that. Happy Halloween to you, a little crooked. It's handmade, not Hallmark, right? Am I right, people? Isn't that cute? Oh my God, I love it. So anyway, that's my card. And that's the color splash. So you've got so you can see here, we've got the pumpkin pie, the gorgeous grape, black and white, flirty flamingo, and that is your color splash for this week. And I'm trying really hard to not be so tardy and get back in the rhythm of things. As you have seen in the video, things are a little bit crazy here right now, and I'm doing it. I'm doing all the things, but we'll get there, you know. This too shall pass, my grandma would say. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.